We have witnessed months of backlash for Amazon for the Rings of Power series because clearly Lord of the Rings fans are not buying what they're selling. They can tell that this series is set to destroy Tolkien and the world that he created. And ever since we saw this nearly 6 months ago, a massive ratio on the first trailer we saw, we knew it was going to be bad, especially when they preemptively started talking about the backlash due to the diverse casting. You start to wonder, it's starting to sound very similar to what we've seen the playbook from other people in Hollywood, specifically places like Disney Star Wars, where they say when they get bad feedback, they say the fans, it's just full of racist and sexist out there. And of course, the words of some of the people acting in this, including Sophia Namvet, who plays the black female dwarf Disa, and she has described herself as the black female dwarf several times because that's all she can talk about. She says that her character is the face of necessary redress of balance. So as a result, there's been a lot of pushback at Amazon, at Rings of Power, and at specifically some of the people that are out here talking about this. Well, now we have the lead actress herself starting to say something to the fans. And this is where it starts. Things like this. The actress who's playing the character of Galadriel, fake Galadriel, like Galadriel, who's not actually Tolkien's Galadriel, someone who is a made-up character doing made-up things because they want to empower the women. Well, she had something to say just 3 hours ago on Instagram. Anyone sending hate to my black castmates, get off my page, get off the internet, and shut up. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean hate because they're black? Or does it mean people criticizing the show? Does it mean people criticizing the characters? What exactly does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine. And then she did something else, which I think does set up for what we're going to see in the future. There you go. Who made this? Shut the fuck up. You know, the trailer that everybody was making fun of? I think there's a message in there for Lord of the Rings fans. A message, one, that she thinks that there's racists coming after the show, that the fans who don't like this, they're just a bunch of racists, they're just haters out there. And of course, if you don't agree with her, this is probably the reaction you're going to start to see from people involved with Rings of Power. It was only a matter of time. And what does this already sound familiar to? Of course, we know. Ewan McGregor defends Obi-Wan co-star Moses Ingram amid racist backlash. At that point, Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor came out and Star Wars came out and they defended her. How dare you? There's no room in the galaxy for hatred. All this nonsense, all this virtue signaling. It backfired on them because Obi-Wan Kenobi, despite being the top-rated thing we've ever seen in its premiere on Disney Plus, fell off a cliff in terms of the audience. After they came out with this virtue signal, after they said, you're racist if you don't like this character, people tuned out. It fell off the charts because people weren't interested. That's what happens when you attack your fans. And it looks to me like that's what we're about to see from the Lord of the Rings cast. Sorry, from the Rings of Power cast. I keep wanting to call it Lord of the Rings, even though I shouldn't, because this is not Lord of the Rings. You knew it was only a matter of time. And I'm sure in the coming days, we're going to see more and more of this as the virtue signaling happens, as the woke media starts saying how stunning and brave it is for Galadriel to stand up for her co-stars who are receiving so much hate. Spoiler alert, the hate you're receiving is not because of racism. It's because you're destroying what Tolkien wrote and you're bragging about it. You don't care about Lord of the Rings. You don't care about this world. You don't care about these characters. You're trying to bank on the Lord of the Rings name with something that has nothing to do with what Tolkien would have wanted in this world. Disgusting. That's why people are mad. It'll be interesting to see what happens going forward for the Rings of Power. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.